It's Monday and it's mindful. We made it. Hello. And can we say hello to Mrs. Libero joining us, Miss Lexi Libero. Congratulations, sweetheart.
Thank you. Yeah, we did the legal thing, and we'll have our family ceremony within the next couple years here. But,
Yep.
It's about time we joined as far as the
the government,
medical and legal,
as long as the government thinks.
All of that stuff. So
hello, loves.
I am just lighting some Palo Santo for us because I don't know about you guys, but it has been a whirlwind of a day.
It's definitely been a day.
So I'm just bringing some sweetness and some cleansing, clearing out all of the stresses and the chaos from the day. It's just a really nice way to bring some sweetness. This is Palo Santo. Comes from South America. It's a fermented wood that comes off of fallen trees. They have to ferment for ever many years before it gets this really sweet smell. And it's become pretty widespread as something to be used. And then I just use a turkey feather from our neighborhood to send it off with the wind and the air, like a bird's wings flapping. It's just a nice way to cleanse the energy. The smoke is known to come in and pick up negativity and stresses and, more of the trickier energies and lift them away.
And I go like this and pull it to me and breathe it in. It's metaphoric. And then, or energy transfer. I'm pulling it. Smell that sweet. I can almost imagine it because I know what Palo Santo smells like. So when I do that, I can almost smell it.
Yeah. What's going on?
Candy. Oh no, Kendall. Kendall's husband had a heart attack today. Baby, I'm glad you're here with us. If we can give you any kind of strength, I'm going to hold you for a second, baby. I'm going to hold you for a second. Just going to hold you for a second. Okay, my candy. I'm so glad you're here, sweetheart, so you can pull some energy from us. Okay, he's good. He's doing okay. All right. Just got to know that he's got him in his hands. It's going to be okay. Ooh, I felt that one deep. I felt that one deep, sis. Yes.
Get some rest.
Yeah.
Everybody.
He's sleeping. Good. I hope he's resting well. You rest when you can too, sis. Yeah. Well, what better place to be right now is with us. All right, sugars. So I hope everyone is here with us as well. And yeah, I almost didn't do this tonight because I've been really feeling in my body that I needed to rest. But from any of the teachings that I have learned in wellness is that the times you don't want to be there the most are the times you need to be there the most. Yeah. So when Lexi, go ahead. When Lexi messaged her, are we going on? For 1 second I said, no, I think I'm going to rest tonight. And just something inside inside me said, no, you need to go on. You need to go on. So you guys noticed the notification thing went up really, I mean, what was it like? I don't know, 3 o'clock this afternoon or something. So, I just really felt like we all needed to be here today.
Yeah. It feels like a really good opportunity for us all to have this time be like a universal prayer, regardless of who you worship. If you are atheist, if you, whatever it is, this can be a time that we put positive intentions out for this community. You don't have to be religious or consider yourself spiritual, even to put positive intentions out there for. Um,
Oh my goodness. Now look, Lola. Lola's mom's in surgery recovery right now from having a cancerous kidney removed. Holy crap. All right. Yeah. See,
so for
my
everyone
sister
near and
smacked
far,
me upside the head today and said we needed to be here.
So for everyone near and far, past, future,
Yeah.
those in the replay, let this be a prayer request. Let's all put it in the chat, a prayer, something that we're needing strength for in our life, somewhere we're needing healing, somewhere we need support. Um, because we all are battling something. There's nobody without struggle in this life. So if you want to write it down privately, if you just want to hold it in your heart, if you want to share it, um, I just want you all to know that you're supported. And when we come together like this and we have a universal intention of healing and of support and goodness in our life, it amplifies. It amplifies that energy, and it creates beautiful ripples in our lives, whether we see it now or later on. But I just want to send out warmth to each and every one of your hearts. This can be a really hard time of year. We are transitioning into the fall and winter, and it's a time of decomposition. It's a
It
time
is.
for people's immune systems. We had our shower on Saturday, and I can't tell you, I mean, there were more people who couldn't come because they were sick than could attend.
Wow.
And so I just told them, thank you. Thank you for taking care and staying home.
Yeah.
That's the best thing you can do when you're not feeling well, is to stay home and to nurture yourself. And
And
it gets
Kimberly,
darker.
Kimberly, real fast. Kimberly, you are not alone, sis. You are just today. I can count on both hands how many people I've heard say that exact word. And you know what came into my heart was that sometimes we have to sit with that. Sometimes we have to sit with depression. We have to sit in it to feel that so we have the strength to push forward. Sometimes you have to feel that depression and then you have to fight, right? You have to fight to feel better. Yeah. Depression is really, like Lexi's saying, this time of year, it's time for I can never say that word, decomposition, to break things down, to get into the muck of stuff and just rip it all up and destroy it and then bring it back so it can now nurture what's to come, right?
Some
The
really good
flower, the
ways.
rain.
Yes, exactly. Some really good ways to work with this season and seasonal depression is color therapy. So, if you can, lighting a candle for yourself in the morning and in the evening helps stimulate the area of your brain that tells you you have sunshine, you have warmth, you have bright, you have, I mean, fire. It's like that spark. It can really, really, on a subtle and even not so subtle level, bring you a lot of comfort. So I like to do it in this time of year, and this is perfect timing because I haven't quite started it yet. Even if it's a little tea light candle, I can't do the scented candles. I have to do I have to do totally unscented. So I'll do a tea light candle in the morning and a tea light candle in the evening. Like one will last me for both sessions.
Yeah.
It's a really nice way to sit with the flame. You can do some journaling, light light movement with music, just letting your body move, just being gentle with ourselves, taking, excuse me, taking hot baths or making yourself a foot soak with intentions of bringing yourself warmth and compassion. Another color therapy this time of year are the marigold flowers. They're everywhere. So we have them all around our garden. They grow like a wildflower, but
Mhm.
it's Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead. It's the time that we are really, they say the veil is thin. So it's a time that we can communicate and connect with our ancestors and loved ones past. I truly believe that we have a connection to them always. They're just on the other side of this thing that we can't see, but sometimes you can really feel.
Oh, yeah.
So bringing flowers into your home, um, having candlelight, having pictures of the ones that we love, um, and just having extra time with ourselves, whether that's a extra hot shower with some essential oil sprinkled in the bottom of the tub while you shower, it comes up in the steam, or taking some extra time to give your skin a full a full body, massage with a nice lotion and giving yourself that extra hydration. We're shedding just like the trees. We are emotionally shedding, physically shedding, all of that. So we just have to find ways to nurture ourselves during this time.
Yeah.
And I know
No,
it's
dear.
it's not easy, but none of us are alone in this.
No, you never have to be alone. You're only one email away, one phone call away. This is a wonderful community we're in, and there's so many of us that um, we just need to be heard. And like someone said the other day to me, how do you maintain the happy? And I said, it's not all the time. Like right now, my energy is very low, but I'm still me. I'll still crack jokes whenever I can, but the uppity, yeah, that is not maintainable. And fortunately, that's a lot of what you guys get to see. It's because I'm so excited to be here and I get this burst of energy. And so, but you don't have to maintain that all the time. That we're all allowed the time to just sit and be quiet and solemn or whatever. You don't have to be happy all the time, and you don't have to make excuses if you're not happy. It's okay to not be fine.
Yeah.
It's okay to not be fine.
And I think the more that we accept not being okay or realizing, like, oh, wow, I'm really dealing with a lot of anxiety and depression right now. What is that telling us that we need to pay attention to? How are
Yeah,
we going against ourselves and our flow? Right? Everything is asking us to slow down right now. And if we carry the speed and the heat of the summer into the season, that's when we get sick. That's when we get depressed. That's when we crash. That's when we face plant because that's not what our body is asking for. So
right.
this time I feel like we're really getting into this. Like fall is really showing itself. How can we be a mirror to this time? And how can we nurture ourselves with the salt? I just thought of the salt lamp too. Himalayan
Yeah.
salt lamps
Mhm.
are wonderful, a wonderful way to bring warmth and light into our homes. Next weekend the time changes and so shit's really going to get whacked.
Oh no, it's already here.
Yeah.
This is a
Great
spring
birthday weekend.
forward, right?
No,
It's, oh,
fall.
it's a fall back. That's even worse.
So we lose daylight. We lose daylight. And I mean it's already
Yeah,
happened. We can already see it.
yeah. It was pitch black here at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
But what's funny is when it shifts, it'll be like 9 o'clock and still light outside. I
Mhm.
was like, huh, they should leave our times alone because, like, here it's fine. It's fine. We don't need it. It's for the house. But yeah,
So I'd love to hear some of your guys' ways of how do you nurture yourselves during this time? What
yeah,
are ways, whether it's making soup? I mean, it'd be a great time. Maybe we make a fun um, post of the week with a soup recipe. Before
yeah,
we put together the book, at least now we can I will drop my broth recipe tomorrow. How about that?
yeah.
Tomorrow I'm
I,
making
and
broth.
I've got 3 new recipes. We got one from Sweden, our Queen
Cool.
Curl, our Sonnet. She shared it's a red cabbage potato, and all of the yum yums, a winter soup that her and her husband enjoy. So
That
I
sounds
cannot,
good.
and she sent this beautiful mug of it, like the picture, and it's beautiful. Oh, it
Ooh.
looks so scrumptious.
Okay, maybe we feature her tomorrow. That sounds amazing.
And then you do yours on Wednesday, but
Okay,
or whenever we can do them one right after the other.
sure.
Daddy just made the most amazing two bean. It was a 2 bean soup.
Yum.
Oh, it was so delightful.
Which beans were
I had like 3 bowls of it.
what kind of beans?
Navy and pinto.
Ooh, those are nice and creamy beans.
Yes. And so the liquor was really delightful.
Yummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, food is a really great way to nurture ourselves. Like, we love a good crock pot meal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
salt baths, essential oils, grapefruit, if you like grapefruit essential oil, or orange, sweet orange is really nice. It's like
Yeah.
orange. It's like orange is an amazing, color to work with,
Yes. Like
which
um carrot soup, like carrot
mhm,
puree. There that was a respiratory distress recipe that I came across. And I'm sorry, Stitches, it works. Right, Dylan? Soup is love. I could eat soup anytime. Welcome in, Dylan. I hope you enjoy our little show here. Um, but it was you take the carrots and you cook it till they're almost gonna fall apart, and then you buzz it up with the boat motor, and then you put lemon, honey, and a little bit of Himalayan sea salt.
mm,
And it's like, like you would do butternut squash soup. It's just the soup, or tomato bisque or anything like that. But when you have upper respiratory problems, that is supposed to be the best thing to keep it from festering in your lungs. Carrot, go figure.
yeah, orange is the medicine during this time,
Yeah.
and we have a lime, orange, and lemon tree out in our backyard right now. The limes are at their peak right now. I can see the lemons starting to change a little, and the oranges are just they're really about to pop.
Yeah.
So it's amazing how nature provides us with what we need when we need it most, right? Like, we need vitamin C right now. We need citrus. We need carrots, root vegetables like potatoes, and the squashes are everywhere, just looking gorgeous.
Mm. And
Um,
and for those of you that would like to look it up and what we're discussing, it's called kapha, and it's part of Ayurveda, and
mm,
it's this the almost like when a bear goes into hibernation. Our bodies go into this transition that help us during the winter when it's supposed to be cold and dark. And yeah, like the what is it? Is it the red lentil, Lex? The
yeah,
doll?
uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay, keep going. I just wanted to so if people wanted to look that up.
Well, and everything's slowing down, so it's like your taste buds are probably already starting to kind of pull away from the raw veggies and the cold smoothies and all of
Yeah,
that. It's a
right? You
really
want something warm and
Yeah, a really good time to
satisfying.
start having, oatmeal in the morning, but oatmeal by itself can be a little,
It's
hard on
clogged.
the system,
Yeah.
so it can spike your blood sugar and everything, so it's really good to add protein. So I add peanut butter powder to my oatmeal while it's cooking. I add all kinds of warming herbs and spices like clove and cinnamon and cardamom and turmeric. Turmeric is another orange that's, like, wonderful any time of year.
I
Ginger
love
powder.
I've been using turmeric on my face, the turmeric and ginger soap.
Mhm.
And I had this browning that was starting to happen around my, like you could see the line across my jawline, and my cheeks had this like browning happening to it. It's almost gone. Thank you, turmeric.
Yeah, and then adding, like, chopped apples to your oatmeal. I put a big
Mm,
tablespoon of Greek yogurt in there for extra protein to kinda
yeah,
help stabilize it. Because if you just eat this grain by itself with a bunch of brown sugar, then it spikes you and then you crash. So it's really important to pair it with extra protein if you can.
yeah. And then
Um,
it kind of sits in your gut. That's why people say, that, oh, that oatmeal is sitting in my gut like a brick. It was because it is. You
mm.
have to give everything that your body needs to move that through and digest it.
Yeah, so like the fiber from an apple or a lot of people I've been seeing, especially for postpartum mamas, stewed fruits. So, like raisins, dates, prunes, you stew
Yeah,
them with a little bit of maple syrup and spices, and it
yeah,
turns into like sort of syrupy and soft, and apples. And then you put that on top of the oatmeal, and it really helps digestion too, because
that's
that's going to be
delicious.
one of the hard parts of coming out of going into postpartum is like the potty time.
Yeah,
Um, so knowing that there's natural ways to work with that. Um, yeah, protein, like protein's really important.
yeah. And I heard someone, I saw it go by real fast, and I see Sharon talking about it too. But the the thing is when you can find fresh produce, like stuff that is was just in the ground within a few days of getting it, the taste of a carrot that's just come out of the ground, that has been grown in supple, nutrient rich soil, and it's like the sweetest, most yummiest thing I've ever tasted in my life. Like
Mhm.
what we buy at the grocery store has no flavor. It's almost like they modify the nutrients right out of it.
Well, no, they're planting in depleted soil.
That too.
So
Yeah.
when you're able to go to local farmers market or um, get onto it's called a CSA, which is like a community share agreement. It's like you invest in a quarter of the year, or some of them are yearly, where you pay to be a part of the CSA. They plant seasonal crops. You pick them up every week or every other week. So you are eating veg and fruit that are seasonal, they're local, they're being made by somebody that you trust, or grown, I should say. And usually the price ends up being a lot cheaper than what we're spending at our local grocery. So I suggest everybody look into a CSA. We go to a year round farmers market and do our thing that way. But CSAs are great. You're able to get seasonal fruit and veggies from somewhere local, and you're supporting a local farm. It's not having to take that travel of miles and miles in a cold storage truck and then put onto a shelf and all of that. You skip all of that. You just pick up your little box, or some of them even deliver. In
Yeah.
California, they deliver.
Right. We have a couple of those here too. But during the off season, we got a box of almost like store bought vegetables, and we
Hmm.
canceled it. Daddy called, and he was like, how is Taylor Farms local? That's in Southern California. And they're actually the ones that are being named responsible for everything that's going on at McDonald's right now. And 12 or
Oh,
13
Taylor
people are
Farm.
dead.
Yeah.
And I was like, we used to buy our salad mixes from them, like loyally. Remember those salad mixes with the
Yeah.
kale and everything in it?
Yeah.
And it's because all the farm workers defecate in the fields and the animals, and it's not clean, and it's yuck. And
No,
who knows what they're using for fertilizer?
I'm talking about going to a farmer's market or looking
Yeah.
online for it's called CSA.
Yes. But I'm saying that just the stuff that we're buying in the grocery stores, it's you
Yeah.
can't. It's no. But anyway, when those vegetables came, and Daddy was like, "I thought you guys were a year-round farm, that you had enough things on your, with their greenhouses and stuff." And she said, "Oh, that they had to supplement their boxes." And we're like, "We're not interested then."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Diane Sharp,
that
email me.
happens. That happens. I see a lot of people talking about turmeric in the chat. Turmeric is magic. It does a lot of things, but you do have to be careful with combining it with certain medications. So, if that's something you're looking into, like definitely do your own research and talk to your doctor and that sort of thing. It's a very strong anti inflammatory. Um, so, it's great for joint pain, it's great for general inflammation. Um, yeah, so turmeric is really cool. It's also on shelves as curcumin, and you can get it in supplements where we get the little root from, it's usually right next to the ginger,
Yeah,
and we juice it. So we'll do carrot, apple, ginger, turmeric, and a little bit goes a long way.
right. A very little bit goes a long way.
Yeah, you don't need a lot. Yes, Lorraine, it does have some counterindications with certain medications. So it's something to be used.
Oh,
Um,
is it a blood thinner? Well, you think anti-inflammatory,
yeah.
NSAIDs, ibuprofen, all of that are they thin your blood,
Mhm.
because that's exactly what it's doing. It's mimicking what's in nature.
Right.
So I could see that. I can see those associations. Yeah.
So you don't wanna double them up if you're taking something that's already for blood or inflammation. They can it can, like, double, it's like it's I don't wanna say overdose, but it can, yeah, it can, like, give you
Yeah,
too much.
it's overly thin your blood. Yes, ginger as well. You know what? Another one is the fish oil. What the fish oil supplements, that also, that I when Daddy was taking those, the doctor was like, "Stop those immediately. That's why you're getting cut and you're not coagulating."
Mhm.
He was taking too much fish oil.
Yeah.
So everything, number one, is in moderation. Number two, you have to, just like you're going to do your research before you take Plavix or whatever these, pharmaceuticals are. You have to do your research, because yeah, that there was a doctor that almost killed my mom because she was on a medication and he prescribed something else, and it made her blood pressure plummet.
Yeah.
So you have to take your health into your own hands and research.
Yeah.
And every single person is different.
It
Eastern
really.
medicine is amazing, though.
Yeah, there's people who have been on these types of medications for years and years, and they could only get so far in their journey of health, so they decide to take breaks from it and look to the natural sources, because every pharmaceutical on, and I have to be careful talking about this, like, I think that yeah, we just have to be careful
Yeah,
because everyone's
yeah,
health is their own
right.
journey, but every single.
We are not licensed professionals in any. These are all
No.
opinions and tricks that we have all done for our, personally.
Yeah.
So, but each person is different. You can't just start drinking ginger root tea.
No.
You gotta be careful.
But it's fact that every single pharmaceutical on the market has been derived from natural sources.
Yeah.
So before we had synthesized drugs, we had herbalists and we had medicine people that knew cinnamon bark was really good for, or white willow bark was really good for pain and inflammation. Well,
Uh-huh.
scientists figured out they could take white willow bark and synthesize it, and there you have ibuprofen.
Yeah.
Or berberine, which is a little red berry, is really great for managing diabetes. They took that and turned it into metformin, um, which is now like a really, really um, potent,
Highly used
potent,
medication.
highly used medication.
Yeah.
So, and in today's times, in order to get the benefit of something on that level, you'd have to consume so much of it. So they can synthesize something and make it so tiny that you really get results from it. So, yeah,
Yeah, they
everyone's
say
journey.
like the ingestion of garlic or of garlic on a regular basis is a natural antibiotic,
Mhm.
and ginger is a natural anti-inflammatory. So, and I'll tell you, since I have been drinking my lemon ginger honey tea, call it a tea, but it's just a warm water with those things in it, and I let that ginger and the lemon steep. My joints do not hurt like they used to. My knees, well, I've also lost 65 pounds, but in all of it, like I feel a difference in in like the dexterity of my fingers. And when I don't drink it, I start getting achy in my joints and I have a harder time sleeping and my hands hurt. So for me, it works.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to pop ibuprofen hand over fist. I've got permanent petechia. Petechia are little tiny red dots, and they're like little tiny broken blood vessels. And from high doses of ibuprofen, I haven't taken ibuprofen in like 6 years. Don't get that twisted. Every once in a while, I do supplement
But
because
not like
I suffer
regular
from
use.
some mild um, migraine-ish. I'm gonna say they're like menopausal headaches, but I for myself notice the difference.
Yeah.
Hi, Sugar.
Yeah. Food can definitely be medicine. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Going back to the whole like seasonal depression thing, just like eating colors,
Did
like
you see what Mama Swift said?
yeah, I
Eat
saw
colorful foods. I don't mean M&Ms. I love you. That was cute.
and the important
But
piece too, especially in this season, is lightly cooking and sautéing it because our digestion slows down and it can be hard to digest the raw foods. It changes the fibers when you cook them down a little bit. I don't mean down to mush, but lightly cooking our veggies can really help
like a blank.
digest them and
Yeah.
actually make the nutrients more bioavailable. I know we grew up hearing, oh, if you cook vegetables, it takes all the nutrients out. That's if you like cook them down to mush. But if
Where
you
the color starts to come out of them.
yeah, if you
Like
lightly
you don't want to
steam
you want to cook it just enough to just change just a little bit, just to
it,
give it a little squishy, just a little squishy.
yeah. Yeah, that's been one of my favorites lately is just steamed carrots and broccoli.
Oh, so yum.
I crave and asparagus. We've been eating lots of asparagus.
I have been, and thanks, Mama Swift. I've been craving salmon like a crazy person, and it's almost like I feel like my calcium. It just that's one thing I studied when I was pregnant with you too, where when our bodies crave things.
Mhm.
People always thought that it was funny. You hear, oh, a pregnant woman was craving, you know,
Sure.
pickles and ice cream. Okay, calcium and salt, dehydration and calcium. It's like our
Right.
bodies are trying to tell us something. And
Yeah.
I knew for me, I would crave, like, I wanted to literally eat fistfuls of dirt. Like I would look at dirt and say, ooh, that looks yummy. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? And what it was, and I went in, my iron levels were low. I was slightly anemic.
Mhm.
And so I just ate some like really lean, nice cuts of steak with a baked potato. And again, baked potatoes are not bad for you. It's what you put in the baked potato is bad for you. You know, People always say that, you shouldn't eat, potatoes. Well, yes, you should.
Well,
Out of
everyone's
all of the
different,
starchy things.
and everyone's system's a little different. Like, not
Yeah.
everybody's body uh, deals with that the same way. Like your lineage has a
Yes.
lot to do with that too.
Oh,
Being
yeah, exactly, Laura.
Mhm.
All of it is bad on your kidneys because you know why? Because it's all chemicals. Your body doesn't know what to do with it, so it immediately encapsulates it and then tries to digest it and get it out. So, yeah, it's really bad when you
concentrated.
put foreign things into your body. But sometimes we have no choice. But
Well, it's
like,
concentrated.
yeah, choose your
It's
battles.
so concentrated. Instead of your body being able to like digest something as you're eating it or drinking it, it's like you give it this one pill that just.
Hmm. Look right there, Deb Dow. Deb Dow, my bag lady. She said she craved green apples and peanut butter. Let's break that down. Pectin and protein. Our pregnant bodies have to have pectin.
Well, and the peanut butter has more fat than protein.
Yeah, well, the oils and there's so many wonderful things. And see, we only get the peanut butter that's like peanuts and salt. Like that Safeway is no longer doing Adams. They no longer have the Adams peanut butter.
I
They
like
now
going
have one that's just right here. Daddy said it's local.
I really like going to the health food section and getting the
and,
ground peanuts.
and just doing it yourself. Yeah. Well, I went to our Winco to do that. Oh, it was filthy and it was gross and it was disgusting. Their machine looked like it hadn't been cleaned in weeks. I was like, no, that's okay. But Dad found this local and it literally says roasted peanuts and salt. That's it. And so I had to go in. It was delightful. I'm craving it right now.
Mhm.
It was really good. So he made me those little oat and peanut butter balls. And
Yum.
he melted I found this, it's that Lindt super dark chocolate with the blood orange.
Yum.
He melted that and drizzled it over them. I was like,
Mm.
what are you doing? Do you want me to marry you again? It was really cute. But yeah, he's been really loving being back in the kitchen again. And we are all reaping the benefits from it. Because
Good.
when my husband gets down in the kitchen, you better watch out.
Yeah. It's really interesting because he's very scientific with it. He can get really scientific, but then he also just eyeballs stuff too. He's taught me a lot about cooking. And we grew
Yeah.
up, he raised me on Food Network and we'd watch Alton Brown, which he's very scientific. If any of you guys have watched him, he's like very scientific, but then
Yeah.
he brings so much passion to it too. So it's not just like this scientific thing. He
Yeah.
likes to play with different flavors and experimenting and
I will never forget him saying, he was like, stop salting the scrambled eggs during the cooking process. Just stop that. And I was like, what? But I guess a chemical reaction with salt when you're scrambling eggs changes the consistency of the egg. So
yep.
you're supposed to salt it after when you're finished and it's plated. And I was like, shut your mouth, get out of here. Well, of course, T. Wood had to try it.
It's
And
real.
it is real.
Yeah.
It is real. I mean, I was like, what was that? He was like, that was cooked when the eggs were not, I salted them before the egg was cooked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, birthday buddy, he knows what he's doing.
Yes, it does. It makes them
Makes
tough.
it tough.
Like takes away the fluffiness.
Well, salt is a dehydrator. It pulls the moisture out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I
Hex and
almost
Wig.
talked him into getting an air fryer.
Hex and Wig's talking about the music recommendation for tonight is Krishna Das, Om Namah Shivaya. I love that.
You said that beautifully.
Om Namah
I
Shivaya.
think I have him on my Spotify, the Krishna Das.
Oh yeah. I used to play.
They do the little fluty things, right? And there's a lot of his music.
Lots of flutes and I forgot the name
I
of
remember that name coming up on my playlist, my meditation playlist.
Yeah, I love. So that's an actual chant that's very ancient. It's the chant, but then Krishna Das is the artist who's singing it.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Diane. I go to work on Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, we could talk about food for.
Did you see it? Did you see it?
Yes, I saw purple. Mm.
That's Bean's blankie.
You guys want to say hi to Bean?
Oh, let me see my baby. Oh my goodness.
Bean's getting very big. big bean.
Holy schneik nuggets, look at that baby.
The big baby bean.
Oh my goodness, look at the boo. Hello, my baby. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Sorry, I had to sing to my baby. You guys just deal with it. Just hush. The other day, I was looking at Bean and I saw baby kick. You could totally see the belly.
No, I could
Is
feel
that
some
you?
stuff. So that's why I was like, oh, let's say hi and see if baby wants to move.
Oh, I still can't believe it's just, it's so wonderful.
Yeah, we had our spooky theme baby shower on Saturday. So Marcus and I dressed up as Morticia and Gomez Adams.
And killed it. You
And then
looked amazing.
And then Grandma Piper dressed up as the Golden Girls. She just found this like really fun old dress and the necklace and the pearls and the compression socks rolled down. It was very funny.
Oh, hilarious.
And then Grandma and Great Auntie, they were sister nuns.
That's awesome.
And
And
what
then
else?
I didn't know Tia was there. She's the one that sent me the picture of you and Marcus.
Yeah, her and Dan came.
I'm so glad they got to spend time with you.
Yeah, everyone else was working, Saturday prime time.
Yeah.
But Zoph came, my little cousin and her baby came.
And did I saw Aja?
Yeah, my girlfriends all came.
Oh, good.
And
real quick with the hot dogs. You're like, oh, I can't film this. It's so funny. That was great. I was like, what are they gonna? Oh my goodness.
So we played
this
really funny game.
That was great. And I thought I saw Aja in the background.
Yeah, we played this really funny game. My friend Cassidy, she pretty much threw the baby shower. She did a lot of the planning and the games and decorations and stuff. She put together this game that we saw online, and she called it Bite the Dog. And you tie a string around your waist with a lead, and then you tie the hot dog on the end, and you have to pelvic thrust to try to get the hot dog in your mouth. And
I heard it was somebody was like, I don't think I want to win this one.
yeah, Marcus's best friend, he was like, okay, I'm done. Like, I don't want to win.
That was Nano?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I've ever met him in person then, because he didn't look familiar.
Okay.
But, I'm sorry, we just took over the conversation. We're just having so much fun.
Yeah, it was fun. We had 70s chick. We had what else do we have? We had a pumpkin and an Angry Bird.
That's fun.
And a pizza. And Cassidy, she came up with a really cool costume. She's an Aries. And so she came up with the Queen of Chaos. And so it was like a red, orange, and yellow wig with a crown. And she wore this like amazing red feather belt and like all these cool accessories. And I was just like, you are the embodiment of Aries. This is amazing.
That's cool. I love that. I wore a bee costume to work yesterday.
Oh.
And then the day before that, I was Jeff Gordon's crew chief.
Oh my God.
I wore all the Jeff Gordon team gear that Daddy had from driving for NASCAR.
That's a good one. Yeah.
And it was funny because I was at the registers. I was like, we'll hit a 6-second pit. Let's go. And the guy, I could hear the guy in the checkout stand that was with his wife just start laughing. And when he got up to the register, he was like, oh, he saw the crew chief shirt I was wearing. It's funny.
That's awesome.
It was really fun. Oh my gosh, it's already 10 minutes till.
Mom, Karen and Violetta came.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, I'll send you the group photos. But yeah,
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I'm so glad you got to put your arms around her.
she's doing good.
Good, good, good.
As good as one can do with fibromyalgia and lupus.
You know what? I very rarely hear that those two do not go hand in hand. That if
Yeah,
you people that have lupus have fibromyalgia.
yeah.
Now I've heard people have fibromyalgia that don't have lupus, but I'm like maybe the lupus causes it. Yeah. Oh, it's so
Because they're
sad.
both autoimmune, right?
Yeah, lupus is autoimmune. It's when your immune system attacks your body.
Well, we got 10 minutes. Should I pull a card?
Yeah, yeah, let's do it, Mrs. Libero.
Let me go.
That's never gonna get old. Grandpa would be so proud. And rheumatoid. Oh my goodness. Now, Kendall, I've heard with rheumatoid that it's actually Felty's syndrome, not fibromyalgia, that a lot of people are finding. You might want to look into that a little bit. There's been so many misdiagnoses of it being fibro when it's actually Felty's. And then there's different what is that called? Procedure treatments for it. Just look
Sure.
into it, sis. Ask some questions.
What was I going to say?
Oh, you don't like eggs, Laura? Girl, I had a fried egg with my husband roasted off some pork loin that he had tenderized or brined overnight and then did a dry rub. So I had an egg with my, what would you call that, pork loin hash. Excuse me. And then for supper tonight, and then he did it was the egg salad with these amazing, beautiful pickles that we get from our meat market.
Eggs, I feel like, are one of those things that people either love or they do not. It's not
Yeah,
like a neutral thing. It's like usually they love them or they hate them.
right. That's why I'm like, try it in every form you can. Deviled egg salad is like one of my favorite things. You do, oh, I love egg salad. That's what I have for lunch today.
Yeah, I love eggs always.
I
Except,
haven't met, you know, the only kind of egg I don't like is an egg that the whites are not cooked. I can't eat the booger. I'm sorry.
the burger.
I can't eat the booger. The
Um,
whites have to be cooked, but I like my yolk soft, but the white has to be cooked through. I can't.
all right, y'all. Let's pick a card.
Okay, get that.
Let's pick a
Get to
card.
scuffling. Get to scuffling.
So this is my Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians Oracle deck. This is by Sophie Bashford and Hillary Wilson as the artist. I really love this deck. It brings a lot of, we've pulled from this before. It brings a lot of like culture. It's from all around the world. There's these really beautiful symbols. So as I shuffle, we can just hold in our hearts what kind of messages we want to see come through. Sending extra love and prayers up to all of our connections, our friends and family, those who are dealing with health issues currently, prepping for surgeries, come, uh, recovering from illness and colds, and just coming into the season. I want to send extra love and prayers to all of us who are coming into the decomposition time, the time of winter, the time of dark, and knowing that there's orange and there's bright lights and there's colors and foods that we can eat to really help us, and we can light our candles and work with scents and salt lamps and
And
crochet.
here's some color for you, Stitches. Go lay in a bathtub full of yarns.
Yeah, even the clothes we wear. Even the
Mm-hmm.
clothes we wear. If you find you're someone that wears a lot of dark clothes, I challenge you to work with some colors, some bright oranges and yellows and reds and greens and some more lively colors. A lot of our stores and nurseries right now have some really beautiful marigold flowers too. Marigolds are really nice to bring in the house. They smell amazing too. A yarn bath. Laura's got the right idea.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And we are the masters of the crochet, you guys. Just throw yourself a little thing around your neck with some bright colors in it. Because I dress like Johnny Cash too. So, it's like I remember when I was pregnant with Rain, nobody would let me wear dark colors. They were like, you are forbidden to buy black.
Yeah.
and it kind of rolled and kept going. And so now I try to wear more, but I do find myself, especially now because my uniform is black, I find myself being gravitating towards the black, but want this little pop of color. So get yourself some beautiful, bright yellow yarn and make yourself a little crochet.
Yeah.
See, even more motivation for me to get macaw. I know, Laura, I need to get macaw done. She's like, come on.
All right. Is there a third card that wants to come out? Let's see. Yes. Oh. Okay. So our first card, would you guess it? The Avalon Priestess holding a candle. Intuitive awakening. So this is a very wintry card to me. She's got her, her hooded cloak on, and she's focusing on the flame. This speaks to the practice that I shared earlier of lighting a candle in the morning, especially if you have to get up before the sun, and lighting a candle in the evening and just feeling the warmth of it, having you can place your hands around it and receive that warmth. Just gazing into the flame is a really beautiful practice, and it's good for your eyes to gaze at the flame. There's something that it does to our brain that helps with releasing oxytocin and just feelings of okayness. I think it's something very primal, ancestral in us, that if we had fire, we had warmth, we had good food, we had our village. So
Clothes made from our hands.
So light your candles, folks. And we can read a little bit about what that means. But yeah, the description says intuitive awakening of the Avalon Priestess. So who knows? And then the next one is Imhotep. It says visionary. And look, he's got this beautiful orange sun behind him.
What was his thing? Imhotep?
Imhotep. So visionary. He's Egyptian.
Visionary.
So visionary.
He's also in the movie The Mummy.
Right. Egyptian.
They portray him in the movie The Mummy.
Yes. So if you live somewhere, I know that the Pacific Northwest doesn't get a ton of sunshine this time of year, but really regardless of how warm or cold it is outside, bundling up and getting that sun on your skin, getting the sun on your skin, on your face. And visionary, there's a really strong feeling of this warmth from the inside out with him. The sun is like coming through him. Yeah. And so I think it's a call to dive deep into ourselves and find our own inner fire, our own flame, our own heat. And then the last card is Kuan Yin, who is the deity that we've been working with my other deck, the Wild Kuan Yin that I usually work with is her. And look at what she's holding in her hand.
Light.
She's got light in her hand, and then a beautiful, looks like a cedar branch or something like that. It says kindness and nurturing. You guys, I can't make this up. What did we say we need to do with ourselves during this time? Is nurture ourselves. She has peace and calmness. She is her own light in the dark. She's bringing in plants. She's holding her light with her. Whenever we feel darkness, depression, anxiety, fear, all of these things, there's just a reminder, do not be afraid.
Yeah.
And then I'll just pull a couple of words from the book. I won't read the descriptions are very long. So let's just see some of the keywords that pop out. And I'd love to hear any of your interpretations too, and how these cards are speaking to you and what you see. Because we all can have our own connection to the card. So this one, Avalon Priestess, Intuitive Awakening. She's got the crescent moon behind her, and she's got the flame. And then Imhotep.
That's what just amazes me sometimes. You can't make this up, guys. 3 cards, 3 of them. Now, if there was just one, that could be, but 3 of them that align with what we're talking about tonight, that's not coincidence. That is our universe speaking to us. It's speaking loudly. Hello, Sammy Jazz. Welcome in.
Okay, so Intuitive Awakening says meditate, wait, and listen. Sacred initiations. So it says meditate daily, take a retreat from the world.
And last week, I do need to say something though, real quick, because last week one of our stitches said that she can't bring herself to meditate, like her mind will not shut down. That's okay. That's okay, because you have to learn and teach yourself how to be quiet, because I still can't quiet my brain, and I've been doing this for quite some time now. But when you just sit quietly and just allow yourself to close your eyes and really just focus on your breath, you're feeling yourself take that deep breath in, you're feeling yourself hold it, you're listening to yourself. Shh. Blow that out. When you consciously listen and pay attention to that breath work, your mind will quiet. Your mind will naturally quiet.
Sometimes getting to a meditative state requires you to let that all run and let it run through like water, like the thoughts are like water trickling through.
Right.
And you are not identifying with the thoughts, but you're identifying with the one that observes the thoughts. So guided meditation can be really good for those that have a hard time just sitting there in silence. Guided meditation is actually giving you something to focus on and visualize. Like for some of us, we're very visual. For some of us, we're very, it's more wordy. And for some of us, it's sensation. So you feel things in your body, whether it's tingling or warmth or cold. So it can be really hard to meditate when there's so much senses going on. So sometimes it is just a matter of like letting it run through, not judging the thoughts and not trying to even get rid of them, but just seeing them.
Or maybe just your mind needs you to just sit quietly for a moment and just be still for a moment. And all that stuff that's going through your mind, just try to pick one thing out and listen. Pick the next thing and listen. And just listen for a moment. And it's all about just taking that time to stop and sit quietly for a moment. I even do like a 30-second quiet time where I will just sit, take about 3 or 4 deep breaths, close my eyes and just sit for just be still for a moment. just for a moment. Sometimes that's all your body needs.
And
Oh, my king.
meditation's not always silence and quiet in your mind, but it's
Love you,
this
Kendall.
good night,
Get,
Kendall.
get some rest, sis.
Blessings.
Get some rest. Rest when you can. Just
Yeah,
like when the babies were sleeping. You rest when he rests.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the chakra chants. People think, and like the Buddhist chants, those are not thousands of years old for nothing. And some people, but sometimes it's hard to get past that. Like I feel like I look foolish. Remember what that says. Who can see you?
Mm.
Who can see you? And do they really care? So get out of your own way. That's what I had to say to myself. Get out of your own way. Stop making excuses. Just do it. Just sit quiet. And the first time I did that, the audible breath work, I laughed at myself and almost cried because I felt so, like, not shameful. Shameful wasn't the word.
Silly.
Embarrassed. I felt like I looked like a weirdo. But now I don't even care. I will make the most. I will do the freaking birthing moan, because there's sometimes your body just needs to release that energy when you feel yourself all pent up. The best thing you can do is just growls. Oh, sorry for the microphone. Just make noise. That's why you go to the top of the hill and you just yell, right? Because sometimes you just need to release that. Who cares what you look like? I think you look more like an idiot when you're sitting vibrating because you got so much energy that's trying to release itself.
Yeah, yeah. That's really important.
Constipation, upset tummy, headaches, hot flashes. It's all your body trying to release energy. Help it. Yell. We should do some yell therapy. I challenge someone, just in your car, nobody can hear you. Crank the music up and just yell at the top of your lungs. Sing at the top of your lungs just for like 30 seconds. And you tell me next time if it didn't make you feel better. Rachy Rach. Hi, babies.
So
Right?
our next card is Emotep,
Oh,
Visionary, and it says designing the future, fusing ancient wisdom with modern methods. It says when he appears, it's a clear indication of your visionary gifts. Your sole intention is to create pioneering change through implementing divinely inspired ideas. So this feels like a call when we sit with our flame and feel its warmth and allow our imaginations to run. Take note of what comes through. Write down what you think of and what ideas spark. The darkness and quiet is sometimes where the most beautiful sparks come alive.
yeah. And isn't that funny how I'm sitting here working on one of my favorite blankets I've ever made in my entire life. And it is a little bit of my Nan's Next Knots and a little bit of my Mama Swift. And see, that's the thing, the innovation to meld both of those blankets together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and she is here. Huh? Mama Swift is here. I thought she went none time. There she is.
Okay, and then Kuan Yin.
Yep.
So it says, refill your inner cup, have compassion for yourself and others. How do you hear the true needs of your soul? Do they whisper or do they have to scream to be heard? Do you ever stop to listen to the messages of your body, or are you caught in a trap of self criticism and harsh judgment, pushing yourself to be perfect? So, this is really a beautiful time, you guys, to sit with flame, sit with quiet,
Oh,
allow the
read that.
darkness to
Read that.
go.
Read that last sentence one more time.
It says, do you ever stop to listen to the messages from your body, or are you caught in a trap of self criticism and harsh judgment, pushing yourself to be perfect?
Did that one just punched me in the gut.
Yeah. So some of the suggestions here is to get a massage, body work, um, limit the information you consume from news, socials, and people who deplete you. So I know that there's a lot going on right now on socials and the news. It's really important that we carve away time. So maybe when we light our candles, it's a time to put the phone on do not disturb, turn the news outlets off, like just disconnect from all of it for a little bit.
That's why I said I just challenge you to 30 seconds. 30 seconds. We're going to start small. And 30 seconds. I want you to primal yell. I want you to journal. I want you to just meditate and be still for a moment. I challenge all of you guys. And next time when I come on, I'm going to ask y'all. I'm going to ask y'all if you did it. You best do your homework. I challenge you to do it.
There's also,
I promise you'll be no worse the wear if you feel no different, but just imagine if you found relief.
there's an encouragement here to eat and cook more nourishing foods and to heal damaging eating patterns. It says seek out positive images that celebrate diversity.
Yeah.
See yourself, another person, or situation through the eyes of compassion.
Sam Ann was here. Sam, I just got your emails. Oh my gosh, girl, you were supposed to be here tonight. Oh, Sam Newton is here. That's my spiritual goddess right there.
So since you're just coming in, I'll show you the cards again that we pulled for
Yes.
tonight. And just to put it in perspective, we started the call today talking about ways to deal with this season of decomposition, of darkness, of seasons changing, of our body's digestion slowing down, people getting sick, health problems arising, just
The big
needing
D
extra
word.
cares.
Yeah, the big D word, depression.
Right,
Yeah.
dealing with depression, anxiety, and feelings of alone, feelings of missing loved ones past, all of that. So the first card, oh, and I suggested at the beginning of the call that we sit with candles in the morning or in the evening, just a tea light, whatever you like, um, and salt lamps and orange, the color orange, the scent that comes with orange, all of that. The first card that came out was the Avalon Priestess, but more than the words on the card, it's about her sitting with the candle here and sitting in her darkness.
That one got me good.
So that was our first card.
Talking about candles. Mm-hmm.
And then our second card was Emotep, Visionary. And he's got this beautiful orange sun behind him. And he's allowing the warmth and the energy of the sun to come through him and give him creative inspiration and to put his visions into written plans or physically picking up a project. And the last card is Kuan Yin, which is the goddess that we work with most often with the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle deck. And it's about kindness and nurturing, which was a huge theme throughout our call, was to nurture ourselves through the foods that we eat, through the colors that we wear, taking a break from wearing dark clothes and bringing in oranges and yellows and warm colors. And she's quite literally holding the light in her hand, and in the other hand has this beautiful sprig of what looks like cedar or, probably something that smells really wonderful. And she's having compassion for herself and nurturing for herself. So, really beautiful and light. It's just a reminder that we are our own lightness in the darkest of times and that we do not need to be afraid.
Oh, Granny C is asking if you could do the first card again and the little reading with it.
The reading?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually didn't say much from it, so I can actually
I'm gonna
pull a
dig in
little.
a little bit. I mean, if you guys are up for it, we could stay a few more minutes just to. It feels so abrupt to leave right now.
So, okay, yeah. So the Avalon priestess was intuitive awakening, and she's calling upon meditation, wait and listen for your sacred initiations. So, when we're in our darkness and we have a flame or we have our salt lamp, whatever you like, it could even be an electric candle, like whatever symbol works for you. It could be a warm colored light bulb and a beautiful lamp. It's whatever works for you. Um, a lot of our visions come through when we are in the dark. So, some of the things that come up on this card. So, she awakens, or she represents the awakened inner vision and active divine service. Um, it comes as a reminder that you are inherently intuitive. She whispers memories and inner psychic gifts. Meditation, retreat, and sacred silence are needed to activate your vision and open up channels between yourself and spirit. And it says that your life may be changing to accommodate the intense process of awakening dormant priestess skills. This applies no matter your gender identification. If you frequently draw this card, it means your soul carries experience. Um, So
Yeah.
this card asks you to pause, reflect, and listen to your inner voice. Don't necessarily take action, as there's more truth and information that needs to surface. So it's calling for meditation, taking a retreat. Um, I safely activate my intuitive gifts. I see sacred truths. So this is an invitation to journal or to just sit with your thoughts and your visions and the whispers of your soul. So really beautiful.
Yes. And it just started raining.
Oh, I need rain in my life. Oh my gosh.
I can hear it on the skylight. Ting, 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 ting. And now I can hear it through the window. It's raining that hard.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I miss the rain so much.
Yeah. And right before we came in, my wolf pack was running the neighborhood.
Wolf.
Or the coyotes.
I
I mean,
was
how do
like,
you know if they're coyotes or wolves? It's a pack of something doing a, you know.
they wouldn't let wolves be in that area.
Yeah, I'd probably get them. But yeah, we always say coyotes, but
Yeah. We have mountain lions on that river. And
oh yeah.
coyotes. We get coyotes too. Rattlesnakes.
Ooh, I love your mason jar is blue.
Yeah. Another thrift find.
Love mason jars. Christy, welcome in love. Yeah, ooh, this was a good one, guys. And see, what did I say? I feel so much better.
Yeah.
Like I was just gonna sit and I have not had a hook in my hand in quite like it's been several days. And I wanted to catch up on some things, and I just was like, and I am now so glad that I came because, or that that I put the live on because everything that happened today just, I mean, really, the universe didn't just whisper on this one. Stitches, are you hearing me? Well, I
Yeah.
guess we have some people that aren't stitchers here. So, um, my loves, we were supposed to be here tonight. We were supposed to be here tonight. So I'm really glad that you've all come and shared this time with us. And I've been missing our Mondays. Usually I'm slinging fabric right now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's nice when we can sync up and come together.
Do you, Laura? I had no idea. You're out up in. See, I'm in the trees. One of these days, I'm gonna set up so we can sit outside because I am surrounded by forest up here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they took a neighborhood and plunked it right in the middle of the forest.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I love your neighborhood.
Yeah, we have a mating pair of eagles. We have the bald eagles that nest in just a few trees over. And then over here on the left-hand side in the front of the house, I'm saying left because the left-hand side right now is the front of my house. The right-hand side is the back of the house. In the front of the house, there is a mating couple of hawks. Those yellow, or the red, the red-tail hawks.
Mm-hmm.
And it has been one of the most amazing things I have ever witnessed to watch this um, pair of hawks teach the baby how to fly, how to bank, how to hunt. And at first, it was like really hard. I watched one of our little baby bunnies get snatched from the front yard. And at first, I was really upset and I went flying out the door like I was going to scare it away. And then I was like, no, 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 that baby, the other baby needs to eat, right? It's that circle. It's like I needed to not interrupt nature on that one. But my first instinct was to save the bunny, you
Yeah.
know, and now I look at it and I think, oh, the baby hawk really got num-nums tonight, you know? And
Nature
just like
was
when nature
nature
provides
was thinking when they designed bunnies to reproduce so quickly
so
and so
fast, right?
abundantly. Yeah.
Yeah. But to watch this circle of life just in around my house, I clocked 7 different breeds of bumblebee
Mm.
in one day. You know, you could tell they're all marked different. Accidente. That you could, I could not believe, ooh, that's really close. It's the roundabout. At least once a day, there's an accident at this new roundabout around the corner. It's awful. People don't understand how to drive a roundabout.
No.
But
Oh, well, you guys, this has been beautiful.
yeah. Oh, I'm gonna go see Laura. Mama Swift, we're gonna go see Laura. There's a goat farm. Oh, and see, she's in Michigan. Then we can go see Russ too. We got
I
to get
love
an
the
RV
goat.
and go on a road trip.
I love the goats. They're so sweet, and I love sheep. I love wool, and goodness.
Yes. Look at her. She's like, come on. I'm on my way. Clicking my, as I tell Mama Swift, I'm clicking my heels. These stupid things are broken. I need a new pair of shoes.
Okay, you guys. Well, thank you so much for sharing this time, and yeah, let's continue to just hold the intention of healing and prayer for our community and everyone who's going through harder times right now. Send extra love to those dealing with, health issues and illness, and let's send some extra love to the hearts out there, especially Kendall and her husband.
And Lola and all of us, we all are touched by someone going through a medical crisis right now.
Yeah, yeah, none of
And
us
just
are free.
know, yeah, just know you guys are not alone. Please come back. Even if it's just to sit. You don't have to agree with everything we say. You don't have to agree with anything we say. But the energy that we are putting out has to touch you in some way. Yeah. And thank you guys right back because we learn from you as well. You know, I am surrounded by friends and family that are from the medical industry, and each one of you brings something different. You know, each one of you bring an advice or, "Ooh, don't do that. What are you doing?" You know, but it's your knowledge it's amazing. Oh, baby, dementia is so ugly. Yeah, we are all touched by it. Yeah. Hey, Carrie, welcome in. All right. Well, we are just wrapping up right now. Again, this guys, I'm choked. I'm choked. Like my words won't come out of my mouth. I can feel tears wanting to come out of my eyes. You know, it's if anything, if you just walk away from sitting and stitching today, just know that you guys filled me back up today.
Yeah.
And the tears that are trying to come out of my face are not sadness. They're maybe a little relief. I feel relief.
Yeah.
That the acceptance and the feeling that this is a place that we can be vulnerable for a moment, and that, yep, there it goes. I'm just gonna, like I said, when the tears need to fall, you must let them. There's nothing to be ashamed of your body not being able to hold the energy that it needs to release. So yeah, again, let's wrap this up with saying that I challenge you. 30 seconds, that's all I ask. 30 seconds just to sit quietly for a moment with yourself. Just close your eyes and quietly, without motion, just sit for 30 seconds. Meditate, sing, yell, whatever or just sit. Just sit there for a moment. Just a moment, 30 moments.
Yeah.
And next week I'm going to ask you what you guys did. Because
and even if you don't
have
have access to a flame, even if you don't, you can hold a vision of it in your mind's eye. When things are dark and scary and, hard, you can hold this flame and this in our hearts. It's always there, and the thing that unifies us all, the thing that gives us life. Like, we're all unified in it, and the pain and the heartbreaks and grief and all of that. Like, none of us are without it.
Yeah.
So I just
one thing I do say, I see, my Denise lost her daddy. And one thing I can say is, it's when we lose someone and they go on to their next journey, whatever you believe that is, whether it's heaven, whether it's onto another body, another vessel, the soul moves on. When that life moves on, it's like their pain, their suffering is over, and now it's our turn to hold that. So when you think of grief, and you have to hold it, you have to. There's no way to if you ignore grief, it will fester and it will eat you alive. You have to know that we are here to hold that pain now for that next soul to move on, right? Their pain is over, and we're here to hold that. So, and we have the strength, we have the power, excuse me, we have each other, right? So just remember that when your body and you're feeling the cute baby cry quiver happening, don't hold it back. Let it go. Let yourself mean enough that you can allow yourself to let the tears go. You're going to feel so much better when you do. I promise. Yeah. All right. So with that, I'm going to challenge you to the 30 seconds. I'm going to challenge you to write something down in your journal today, or, this week, or at any time whenever you feel called for it. Stitch with an intention, while you're stitching, think about changes you want to make in your life. Think, you're sitting on the toilet taking care of business. Sit for a moment quietly. That's what time do we have every day? Alone in the quiet is when we're sitting going potty, getting rid of.
Put the phone down while you're
put
on
the phone down for just a moment. Get rid of the refuse and let a little bit of something go with it.
Honestly, that's a time. Showering and going to the bathroom are 2 times that we can cleanse ourselves, release that which does not serve us.
Yeah.
Allow that which
Say that again, sister. Preach that.
Allow that which we don't need to move along.
That is right.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Well, thank you guys so much. I hope you have wonderful dreams and to those catching the replay know that you're held in this too. You're held in this prayer and in this intention. And I hope we all work with the flame that lives inside of us, in our hands and in our hearts.
I need to say something to Christy real fast. Christy, my middle baby was born on November 1st. So see, there's these little things in our lives that tell us something is happening for a reason, right? It's a little tap sometimes. Sometimes it's a smack upside the head. Sometimes it's going to clip the feet out from underneath you. But see, Christy, you were supposed to be here tonight, sis. I just really, truly believe that coincidences are sometimes they're whispers and sometimes they're shouts for us to pay attention to what's around us right now. That's a whole different kind of meditation, right? That is a release. I mean, that is getting toxins out of your body. Let it flow. All right, my loves. It has been a wonderful evening. Thank you, Mrs. Libero, for joining us. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so grateful, and I'm so happy for you. And give my boy a big old hug.
I will.
Tell him that I love him.
I can't wait to see you.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys on Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. I think, Lexi, you have an ongoing meeting. So I will be here Wednesday at 8, and we'll do Wellness Wednesday, and maybe I'll pick a card this time. I've been loving doing that. It's really great. So yes, so super. Oh, I'm so glad, Samantha, you were here. I just got your email. I have the most recent one to read and feel. Holy moly, this girl smacks me from across the world with energy. Sis, I felt one of them. I promise too, and I'm not just what is that, jesting? I was sitting here. I got to tell this story real fast. I was sitting here and I was tired. I had things to do. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to go to bed. And then all of a sudden I just went, whoop. And I was awake. I was like, all right, okay, maybe not. And then I totally finished a hat. And then I got an email that at precisely that daggum minute, she sent me an energy boost. What? Hook, drop on the floor. What the French doors? I believe. That's all I gotta say.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, because I needed that. I got some stuff done. I whipped the foes out of some stuff. For Appalachia Strong, make the warmies for Appalachia. They're hurting big time. So check out Marianne the Crotchety Clogger. We got a thing going for warmies for the Appalachias. So, all right, guys, I love you so much. Will it do it?
I don't think it'll oh, it's doing it.
Pew, pew, pew. I love you guys, and we will see you on the flip side. Oh, I gotta stand up because it's way over here because I have the microphone now. It's so fun. Okay, here we go. Okay, bye.